it going, everybody? It's time for another great Mr. Poestyle video, and today I want to talk about controllers for your old video game systems. You know, your Atari 2600, your Atari 7800, stuff like that. Okay, we're going to focus on the 7800 now, just because the Atari 7800 Plus came out recently, and a lot of people might have noticed right off the bat, getting this for the first time maybe, if you've never had a 7800 before. It came with the CX78 Plus wireless. CX78 is the European controller, the pad that's kind of like a Nintendo gamepad. Back in the day, if you wanted one of those, well, it was the European controller. It was released in Europe, so you might have had a tough time getting it. And through the years, I got one, an actual original from the 80s, through eBay. But those got pricier and pricier. Now, within the last year or so, Atari did release a new version of that. It's the same exact controller, wired. And now with the 7800 Plus, they've come out with the wireless version of it. It does work well wirelessly, but it's not ideal for some games. And one of them is the new Bentley Bear Crystal Quest. That's the pack-in game for the 7800 Plus. And if you watched my video on the 7800 Plus, playing that game, in order to do the run and jump, you need to have those buttons close enough. And it's a real pain in the butt trying to use that CX78 Plus gamepad to do the run and jump. 9 times out of 10, I just couldn't get it in time. And it causes a lot of frustration and unnecessary deaths in the game or hits in the game. And when something like that is frustrating, then you just don't feel like playing the game. Proline controller, the original stick that was released with the 7800 over here in the States, the coffin controller, the pain line controller, wasn't any better. You had your button on one on each side. Now, a lot of 7800 games were just a one button game, but the ones with 2 buttons, you want something that's going to be reliable. So whether you're a very young person and never played the 7800 before, or you're new to the 7800 right now, or if you're an old school guy back in the day, you know, you're a collector, you may or may not know that yes, there are new controllers out there from third party, or we should say individuals that make these. And 9 times out of 10 now, it is an individual that's doing this in their free time to make these controllers. And I have other controllers from another company that's been on my channel several times that I've used for my 5200, my 2600, ColecoVision, etc. This is the very first time that I bought one from BD Retro Mods, and I'll have a link to the his Etsy, in the description, where you can go and check out his controllers for these old consoles, these old systems, and take a look. But you can use this controller on an original 7800, or if you have the new 7800 Plus or the 2600 Plus, or an Atari 2600 as well. And if you're a Nintendo guy, they might feel a lot better for you than the wireless. Now, this is not wireless, but this is his 7800 dog bone controller. As you can see right here, it is a beautiful thing. I never had the Nintendo dog bone controller. I had the old school original rectangle pointy end ones and loved it just fine. But I decided, you know, I wanted something new for my 7800 Plus. Never had a dog bone controller before for the NES, so I wanted to give one a try for the 7800. Rounded edges, you got your 2 buttons right there, and your D-pad right there. And we're going to give this a try now. I bought this off of BD Retro Mods Etsy page, and I also bought the extender for it. I suggest you do that. It gives you a little more, a lot more play there. A lot more room to move about while you're playing a game. But yeah, Would think a wireless controller would be more convenient in this day and age, but really the 7800 plus, 7800, 2600, 2600 plus, you need to be right near the console anyway in order to hit the reset, in order to do your difficulty switches. You got to be close by the thing anyway. So let's give this controller a try and see how it works out on some of the 2-button games that are out there for your Atari 7800. Alright, so let's just try a few 2-button 7800 games with the BD Retro Mods Dogbone 7800 controller. I haven't done this yet, so let's give it a try. Already the run jump is right there the way you want it. Just because of the placement of the buttons makes a huge difference, and that was my biggest complaint. This game seemed like it could be fun, but if you watched my other video while I played it with the new CX78 wireless, yeah, nothing but problems doing the run jump. This makes this game so much more playable. That's on me, just playing badly. Oof, don't do that. Oh, honey. Oh, I can't go back and get it now. Yeah, definitely makes a huge, I mean, night and day difference to have those buttons the way they should be with a Nintendo-style gamepad rather than the European. It's everything, man. And this is way further than I've ever made it, with either a Pro line or a European controller. So there you have it. And it's not really that it was about difficulty. Well, it was hard to jump, but it's about control. If a game is frustrating, why would you want to play it more, right? It's not the game itself that's frustrating, it's the controllers. Oof. Oh no, right to my death. Alright. Let's try a couple original library games. Give it a second. This is one that I absolutely loved, got when I was a kid for the NES. And one of two games from the original library 7800 that has the Pokey chip. So this is Commando. Ball Blazer was the other one, in case you didn't know. We're going to start. One for shooting, one for grenade. Watch those bullets, they drift slowly. Oh, and I finally got killed. But yeah, it's working great. One last game we'll try here. Wow, that's a tight squeeze on that game. But yeah, Commando for 7800, it really is a really good game. And like I said, it's one of only two games for the 7800 that have the chip. So, the Pokey chip for sound. The other is Ball Blazer, of course. But we're not playing Ball Blazer here right now. No game detected. Oh, the game that I'm trying, probably haven't cleaned for a while. Let's do the old Nintendo Blow. That might just need a good cleaning. It's sat here for a while. Chop lifter. Now you use your other button to turn your direction of your helicopter and the other one to shoot, of course. And everything's working just fine. And I got smushed. Oh no! Yeah, I'm not being very successful at it, but you get the idea. The buttons are working exactly as they should, which you would expect big thing is, with Crystal Quest, it made it a whole new game. It made it a playable game because you have your two buttons close enough that you can do the run and jump. Right? You're not, the European controller, the Pro controller are just terrible for that. So definitely check these out. I'm gonna see if I can redeem myself, but let's not. Alright, so there you have it. That is your dog bone controller, Atari 7800 by Brian from BD Retro Mods. Now, full disclosure here, Brian is a friend of mine, but when I ordered this, he had no idea it was me that ordered the thing. He calls me Poe like most of my other friends do. And so when I ordered it under my real name, he didn't know it was me until I said, hey, I got your controller. And he was actually surprised about that. But yeah, I didn't get a discount for this. This isn't a paid advertisement or anything. I bought this thing and I love it. I absolutely 100% suggest this controller over the Pro line, the CX78, CX78 Plus. You just plug it in and you go. You play it. You can play it on your old original Atari systems. You can use it on the 2600 and the 7800 Plus, and it works great. That run and jump in Bentley Bear was so easy. It made the game way more enjoyable to me. I'm going to play through that game now. And as you can see with the other games, you know, it worked as it should. You had your two buttons right there. It worked great. Brian is always on Retro Bliss Rewind, so go check out that channel, and with Mike Gaming Gala and Retro Bliss every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And I did get to meet Brian this past fall at the Pittsburgh Gaming Expo, and yeah, I do consider him a really good friend, and but that has nothing to do with how well the controllers work or not. They work great. I showed you right there. I played those games. It did everything for me that I wanted to, so this is going to be my 7800 go-to controller for that. He has controllers out for several other consoles. Check out his Etsy, and if you need to ask him any questions, hey, talk to the guy, send him some messages, and definitely check him out on the Retro Bliss Rewind, like I said, and really great controllers. Ask anybody that has them. Mike's Gaming Gala and Phil Retro Bliss both have a lot of his controllers and always spoke highly of it. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I have other controllers from other people that make them for other systems, but like I said, this one here, I wanted to focus on this. It'll definitely be the one that I choose for anything 7800 now. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. Did you even know that people were making new controllers for old systems? A lot of new games out there too, a lot of new great homebrews, and this thing is gonna work for them for your 7800 guaranteed. You can't go wrong. Yeah, this one is not wireless, but you got to be close to that system anyway to hit your reset, to use your difficulties. So why not get a wired controller again? Love it way more than the CX78 Plus. Again, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you have one of his controllers? Do you have one from another company? Do you have a 7800 Plus? A lot of games coming out right now for it, homebrews or even games from Atari themselves. Really good times right now if you're a collector and you're somebody that wants to play the 7800. A lot of games out there now that just make it such a better system than what you had with just the 7800 original library. And a lot of these games now have the hokey or pokey chip in them for better sounds as well. Well, thank you for joining me for another great Mr. Poestyle video, and I hope to see you on the next one. That's right. Check it out. BD Retro Mods. Nice.
The fun is back, oh yes sirree. It's the 2600 Plus from Atari. It's a video game system with classics galore, Midnight Mutants with Grandpa, and E.T. Swords. The classic joystick is back for more. King Kong Rocks and Robots for $20.84. One more thing, it's got a special low price, $130.
$130!
Now, isn't that nice? The fun is back, oh yes sirree. It's 2600 plus from Atari.
Oh, Nacho. Come here, Nacho. No biting. No bite. Ooh! No biting! Oh, Nacho, stop!